Right guys, today we're going to be looking at loops and variables, two things which are important in code combat, but more importantly for later on are actually really important for programming itself. So we're going to be looking at loops first. A loop is essentially, it just repeats whatever you put inside it. So here is actually a screenshot from code combat. I'll show the game in a second. This will repeat continuously. While true in this case just means keep going as long as the condition is true. Don't worry too much about that bit, but what is important is that anything indented inside the loop will just keep going on forever and ever and ever and ever until your computer dies, or more realistically until the level is completed. So with this, the hero will just move right, then left, then right, then left, then right, then left, until the end of time, almost. So that's loops. Why do we use them? It repeats lines of code for us. So if you wanted your character to go back and forth 50 times, why do that? Why right, move left 50 times when you could just say while true, and then it'll just keep doing it for you? So that means it's more efficient for us both time-wise, it's more efficient for the computer processing-wise because it's less lines of code, and it can be infinite, or you can make it do a set amount of times. Now, if I remember right, Code Combat only lets you use infinite loops. Maybe later on in like different levels, you'll be able to do like just do it 10 times or whatever. I can't remember if Code Combat does let you do that. I guess we'll find out in the coming weeks as we go further. The other thing I'm going to cover is, I'm just going to skip through the slides, is variables. So what I want you to do is think of a jar. I thought this was really stupid the first time I heard this, but it actually does make sense and it is quite helpful. So think of a jar, and this is going to be our variable. You can put a name on the jar. Now, in Code Combat, what we're going to call it is enemy1. That's probably going to be your most used. Well, you can call it anything you want, but I think this is actually given in the first example. So let's say enemy1. Anything stored in the jar can be referenced by this name. So you can put a string in the jar. So in Code Combat, I believe the game tells you this before, but a string is just, it's words. So anything that was in green brackets. So that would be enemies' names, for example. So I think the first enemy has the weird name of Brack. You can put Brack in the jar, and what will happen is, if you write hero.attack enemy1, it will look up who enemy1 is, and it will find Brack, and it will attack Brack. Now that seems like a bit unnecessary to begin with, but there is a few cool tricks you can do later where you don't actually know your enemy's name, so you have to use another bit of code to find it out, and then you store it in here, and then you attack the enemy now that you've figured out their name. But this is something that we use in programming. I'm doing proper programming. I'm actually doing finger quotes. Obviously, you can't see it. We do use it all the time, so it's a good thing to get into the habit of using. So I think that level is called Master of Names. So when you get to that, you're just, like I said, it will find the nearest enemy, it will find out their name for you, and it will attack whoever that enemy is, as long as you do hero.find nearest enemy. And you know what, it's probably better if I just ignore that bit. I'll just demonstrate it. So the fire dancing level is the first one with loops, and how you do that is, just wait for it to load. It does actually explain it here if you want to read it, and remember the code actually comes here, so you can look up, and here is an example. But we've got these fireballs getting thrown at us, and rather than just doing move right and move left a million times, you just do while true, and you say move right once, move left once. This bit is just comments there to help you. Anything beginning with a hashtag is just there to help you. You can write your own if you want, but it'll just give you hints. So if I do this, that is not what I want to do. Right, let's go play. I'm too stubborn to start this video again or edit it, so you'll just have to deal with it. And then if you go run, the guy will go back and forward constantly, dodging the fireballs, and he'll do once right, then left, then right, then left, and he'll keep doing it in that order, and that's basically it. After that, if we go to this one, so in this level, you want to make it in 6 commands or less. So you could do move right, then move right, then move up, then move up, move right, move right, move up, but you're never going to get it in 6 commands. So the easiest way to do it is you do a loop, and then you do hero.move right. Now if you want, you can do it as hero.move right. I've completely messed this up. Just do it like that, do move right twice, or you can do it as you see, you put a 2 inside the bracket, so that'll actually save even more code. So he'll move right twice, then he'll move up twice, then he'll move right twice, and it will keep going until you reach the end of the level. And that's pretty much it. What I'll do next is I'll move on. I don't want to show every single level, so I'll move on to while loops. I'll move on to variables, which start with, which one is it? Known enemy, I believe. Yeah. So again, the code will be done because I've already done this level. So I don't think it even gives you these 2 bits. I think all it gives you to start with is hero.attack enemy1. So what the computer will do is it will look at enemy1. Who is enemy1? It will write crap. And then it'll say hero.attack enemy1, and then it'll look up crap again. If you want to do the same for Gert, you have to do hero.attack and then do enemy2, and it'll look up Gert. And that is pretty much it. And the next level is, it's a little bit trickier, but I'll let you guys figure that out on your own. So that's it really. Hopefully this video was helpful. The goal is to actually, I think it's only about 10 levels until the end, so to finish them all 10 levels, so get up to this and finish it. The very last one's actually a little bit different with coordinates, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. It's actually quite fun. There is bonus levels you can do. I think the main levels, it'll be 19 or 20. But there is a few bonus levels, and I think as you do more bonus levels, more and more keep unlocking, although some of them will be locked behind a paywall. And then, so yeah, take a screenshot once you finish all of this, and next week we'll look at the next stage of levels there. Right, thank you, bye.